Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today on this episode of The Kitchen. And today I want to discuss a little bit about how looks can be deceiving. And I'm getting ready to go out for my run, and it is, oh, look at that sun, so beautiful. I can't begin to tell you how deceptive that is. It is absolutely windy and freezing. And so I've been thinking about that, and I was like, it's kind of a good theme because I'm talking a lot about mindset with people this week, kind of as spring rolls in, and maybe it's a time to think about making some changes. And I'm finding myself pointing out, hey, looks can be deceiving, right? So we always say, never judge a book by its cover, but this also goes with our health as well. So we talk about food. If I say oh, hey, why don't we have a salad? You're like, ugh. Or you're just looking at a salad. People are like, oh, that's not gonna be good. I want my ooey gooey pull apart, mozzarella, chicken parm, or, meatball sub, or whatever it is, right? The comfort foods, and that's gonna be delicious, right? Whatever that is, it's savory and creamy and ooey and gooey, and it's all amazing. We just look at it. There's commercials on TV where they string that cheese, and there's a reason for that, right? Our eyes are like, that's great, that's what I want. But looks can be deceiving. And so if we open our minds a little bit to understand that other dishes that are not ooey and gooey and super high calorie, or may not have a lot of nutrients that are good for us in it, we can shift and say some of these other dishes might also be pretty good if we give them a chance. But I would say if you approach it by thinking ugh, how good could that possibly be? You might be surprised, and that's how I'm going to approach my afternoon run today. Is that oh, is it freezing? What am I going to do? No, you know what? Hey, you might be surprised. I know I'm going to get out there. I'm going to start to run. I'll heat up. It'll be fine, right? And I will get to that point sooner if I can adjust my mindset on how I approach this situation. So today's episode is really about how are you approaching the situation with your food, with your fitness, with your health, everything overall. Are you making sort of these decisions about what you should eat based on some preconceived notions maybe that you had when you were younger, or other family members had, or different environments have given to you, and do they serve you or do they not serve you? So that's what I want you guys to think about today. This is your tip to just open your minds about some different types of foods, and also be mindful if you're the kind of person who says, I'm the kind of person who, because it limits you already by saying oh, I'm the kind of person who, and then you've got a limitation, okay? So try to, if you're the kind of person who says, I'm the kind of person who, it's limiting. Try to get rid of that. Try to open up and say I used to be the kind of person who did that, but now I am going to try some new foods. I'm going to add one new food to my palate, maybe every month or every week, if you want to really accelerate that. So try some new things. It's a new season. It's springtime, even though it's super windy and super cold, and here we go on that run. Okay, so that's what I'm telling you guys too. Let's just think about how do we approach that? What are we thinking before we get there, right? What are we prejudging, right? That's not so cool lately, right? So don't prejudge. Allow your foods to just be how they are. Taste them. Give them a shot, right? Open-mindedness. All right. So thank you for joining me today on this episode of The Kitchen. And please let me know if you do try some different stuff. Do share. Everybody wants to always hear the new recipes or the new foods that, you get to the, here's one for sure. I've got some things, I don't even know what I'm going to do with these guys yet, right? But I'm going to plantain and one of these roots, and I'm pretty sure my buddy Ronnie told me that if I don't peel this correctly, I'm going to kill myself with some kind of toxin. So I'm going to Google it. Anyway, let me know about your new foods. I'm always interested to hear. See you next week.